Let's make some chili.
We already made chili.
Let's show them how to make chili.
Okay. Welcome to Crocs in the Kitchen.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Jessica.
Today we are making you my super special awesome chili.
Yay.
That's not the official title of this, but I love my chili. This is when we first switched to a whole food plant-based diet. I was like, man, I can actually make some pretty awesome chili here. So I found a recipe, I liked it, and then I immediately went to experimenting until we developed this masterpiece of mine.
This has evolved over like really a year.
Yes.
Because it was one of the first things that we made when we switched to the whole food plant-based diet, but we just kept adding different things, changing things, and then I don't know, it was like a month ago you made it and I tasted it and I was like, this is actually really, like, this is like, because some of the variations have been better than others throughout the last, year or so, but this is, I feel like this final version is the version that I want over and over again.
Yes. And since we made our chili for the baked potato...
Oh, yes. The loaded baked
potato video.
Yeah, that was a good video.
You guys have been asking us, I say you guys, it's been like, maybe it's like 15 people. But people online have been asking, hey, make that chili recipe. Can you make that chili recipe?
There's actually a lot of people on Instagram too who've asked about the chili recipe. We get, it comes up in the comments.
See, I don't see the Instagram messages.
It comes up from time to time. So it's definitely one of those things that we've been talking about in random videos, but it's like, do you actually have a chili recipe?
Yes, so we postponed it though, and since it is now, it's
almost fall.
Getting the fall weather. It's actually been pretty chilly around these parts for the last bit. But yeah, we figured now is the time to give you this nice chili recipe. Yeah, we ate it throughout the summer months anyway.
Yeah.
But this is absolutely perfect for fall and winter. And not to mention, I just love chili anyway. So let's get to cooking.
Yeah.
For this recipe, you will need 2 cans of diced tomatoes and 1 can of crushed tomatoes. Both of these are no salt added. After that, we will need 4 cups of veggie broth. We like to use our Better Than Bouillon. That's 4 teaspoons into 4 cups of hot water. After that, you will need 8 cans of beans. We like to use kidney, pinto, black, and cannellini, all of which are, of course, no salt added. After that, we will add in some red split lentils. We will add these in actually dry. Just make sure that you rinse them off before you put them in. They will cook in the pot and make it a little bit thicker and much, much nicer in my opinion. After that, we are getting to some corn because I like corn in chili. I know not everybody does, but I do. So this is 2 cups of corn that we have thawed out just a bit. But now let's get to the all-important seasoning. You will need 1/3 of a cup of chili powder. Yes, I know that is a lot of chili powder, but trust me, it will work great in this. Also, an optional ingredient is a 1/4 cup of mushroom powder. We like to make our own using the dried portobello mushrooms and just blitzing them in our spice grinder. After that, a tablespoon of cumin, 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper, and of course a teaspoon of salt is optional. For the fresh ingredients, you will need 2 to 3 green peppers, approximately 3 to 4 cups when diced, and 2 to 3 medium red onions, also approximately 3 to 4 cups when diced. All right, now let's actually put this into the pot. If you add hot water to a hot pot, it will create the Leidenfrost effect. Isn't that amazing how it just dances around like that? Add in your red onion and start to cook that until it becomes soft, and then add in your green peppers. Just stir it all to combine. Just make sure that it doesn't stick. Add a splash of water if it does start to stick to the bottom of the pan, but you're looking to get them with a little bit of color and get them cooked down to where they're just a little bit soft. After that, we are going to add in some garlic. We are using 3 teaspoons of chopped garlic or 5 to 6 cloves of fresh garlic minced. After that, just cook the garlic in there for about a minute just to take off that raw edge, stirring occasionally. And then we're going to add in our tomato paste. Once again, thanks for that little tip about pushing it through the bottom of the can. And you just get that stirred in and sort of cook the tomato paste a little bit. After that, we're adding in our 2 cans of diced tomatoes and our whole can of crushed tomatoes. Very straightforward. After that, add in 4 cups of veggie broth. And then we get to our seasoning with our chili powder, mushroom powder, cumin, smoked paprika, cinnamon, nutmeg, cayenne pepper. Get it all out, Jessica. There you go. And the black pepper. Stir to combine. Once that started to warm up, you can add in all of the beans, all of them, all of those beans. Look at that. That is a massive amount of beans, but trust me, it is good. And then go ahead and add your rinsed red lentils into the pot. And finally, add in the corn. Once you've got everything added in, cover with a lid and stir occasionally for at least 45 minutes or until the lentils have cooked. You can actually cook this for much, much longer, and I think it develops a lot deeper and richer flavor. But you don't have to cook it for several hours. You can just cook it for about 1 and you will be just fine. After that, just portion it out however you like or eat immediately. It's up to you. So as you can see, that was not that difficult to make.
Actually, we made this last night.
That is true.
We finished around 1 in the morning and we decided, unlike the weird orange soup recipe, we decided to go ahead and do the taste test the next day.
Yes.
So we actually already ate this earlier for lunch today, so we've already tasted it. But we know what it tastes like, but we're still gonna do the taste just for you guys.
Yeah, and we can describe it as we taste it.
And as you can see, this is not the full amount it made. It made this plus another a serving for each of us for lunch. So I think it's about 6 quarts altogether that it made. You can definitely cut the recipe in half if you're making this for the first time.
Very easy to cut it in half.
Just cut all the amounts on the blog post that you can find linked below. You can just cut all the amounts in half, but we really like this. We'll stick one of these in the freezer. We'll eat one over the next few days, and then we'll, it freezes really well.
Really, really well.
Like it keeps for several months. So we definitely like having one of these in our freezer for last minute, time when we don't have another plan already.
Yes, emergency chili.
Yay.
Everybody needs emergency chili in their freezer.
All right, so let's taste.
Wait, did you give me a tiny spoon
Yeah, that's
for my chili?
It's a tiny tasting spoon.
Nope. Nope. There, thank you.
There,
That's a
giant
manly spoon. Yeah.
Maybe Peef will use this spoon.
Okay, Peef can use that spoon. There you go, bud. All right, so as you can see, it's got some good chunky vegetables in there. You can obviously see the corn because it's nice and yellow. But, if you smell it, that's where you get that nice chili smell.
I like all the different kinds of beans. I think that's what finally was the last thing for me when you made this, when we started using all the different varieties.
Actually, I think the lentils are what pushed this over the edge for me. It's just really creamy, it's got a really creamy kind of texture, but it's got a good little bit of that chili powder. And it's not too strong in the spice. You can make it spicier if you want. I know some people are like, if I have to grab the hot sauce for your chili, that means your chili isn't good.
Yeah, this one isn't really that spicy.
I've made it spicier.
You can definitely make it spicier. You can add more of the cayenne or any other kind of spicy stuff you want, but
but the
Actually,
cinnamon and the nutmeg
yeah.
are what absolutely make this chili, in my opinion. And I know putting cinnamon is more of a regional thing for chili, and I'm sure there are some Texans out there who are yelling at their screen right about now. But I don't care, because this turns out amazing, and that's all I care about. But yes, this is honestly, I know I say this before. I've said this before.
Oh my
This is
goodness.
honestly one of the best things I've ever made.
It's the best thing I've ever
One of the best things I've ever made. This is my chili. I love my
My
chili.
name is Brian, and this is the best thing I ever made every time I make it.
Sounds like a Food Network show. The best thing I ever made.
Also, the other thing that really, so we used to do smaller dice on the onions and green peppers. And doing the bigger dice, it just gives it a nice bite. I just like it this way. I think it's actually a really good consistency, but you can thin it out if you want. So, you know, it's definitely very versatile. You ate all of yours.
I ate all that chili because it's that good.
I'm still eating with my tiny spoon.
All right, you care if I do the close then?
I don't want to do the close.
You want to do? Oh, she's gonna do the close.
All right, people. I'm Brian. And what do you say? Let's see.
If you haven't subscribed, to
Oh,
our
if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, click the
subscribe button.
subscribe button. It's not even 1 in the morning. Click the subscribe button below, and then also make sure you hit the bell so that you can get all the notifications when we post a new video.
Yep.
And then follow us on Instagram because Jessica wants you to, and it's super cool. We're also on Facebook if you want to follow us there.
We are on Facebook, yes.
Yeah, we're on Pinterest, and what else are we on? I don't know. Twitter. But I don't know, is Twitter a thing anymore? Does anybody out there, do you guys use Twitter? Like, I don't know. Like, Twitter is the one that I can't get into. I don't know. Anyway, this has gotten off the rails. Maybe you should take it back over.
Also, if you are so inclined, please like and share the video. We always appreciate that, and we love it because you guys are really good at growing this community that we are building, and we greatly appreciate that.
We really do.
But can you do the final bit here?
But
That's all.
oh, but that's all I got, and that's all he's got. So otherwise, goodbye.
Hey, we'll see you next time on Crocs in the Kitchen. Bye-bye.
Oh man, I botched that.